no, not doing that. Not going to start streaming without the old sound. Not this time. Not today. I've learned too much. I've come too far. Hello, welcome. This is how my voice sounds today. You might notice it sounds a little gravelly. Why is that? You might be asking yourself. Hey, just a little catch up between you all and I, okay? This is what's been going on with me lately. Lately I did have the novel coronavirus that you've heard about in the news. The one that's been killing everybody. I did get that. I did get that one. And that wasn't great. It was my birthday on the 25th, and I got to spend that convalescing, lying in a pool of my own sweat and various fluids. Just kind of coughing, mostly just coughing has been my experience. So I'm trying to, get my strength back up. I'm back here where I feel healthiest, here in the dank sewer, breathing in all of the fumes of feces, genitalia, and other things considered ugly. So, hey, if people are out there telling you, if they're telling you that the whole pandemic's over, you can just go back to normal, that's not true. Don't do that. Listen, I'm fine, probably, but it wasn't fun. Didn't have a great time with it, in all honesty. Now, there may come a point later in this stream where I am forced, by virtue of circumstance, to ingest one of these Cepacol lozenges, not sponsored, by the way. Just a good product full of benzocaine, I believe is the term. Numbs your throat. Could be useful in other applications, than just a sore throat. Maybe you could use that for some other, maybe there's some other reasons you might want to numb your throat. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. Did I get the loss of smell and taste? Ask anyone, and they will tell you I've never had taste. So it's impossible to say. It's just the flu? Well, I haven't had a flu in a long time, but, the flu is super dangerous. Go get yourself 2 cakes, one for your birthday, one for the survival of the coronavirus disease 2019 virus TM. I do have a cake that my mother sent me. This is a fun fact. When I was a kid, my grandmother, who we called Nanny, that's what we, people have different names for grandmothers. Grandmas never want to be called grandma. We called her Nanny. She used to make the same cake for everybody's birthday every year. It was this chocolate cake. It was this particular frosting that everybody really liked. And I haven't had it since she passed. But this year, my mom baked a vegan version and sent it to me in constituent parts. So she sent the 2 layers of the cake independently and the frosting in a little plastic bag so that I can construct it myself. I haven't had it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I did the whole caps thing because I was making fun of people who dismiss how bad COVID-19 could be. Oh, no, yeah, I got that. That's why I didn't ban you. I understood the joke you were making. No, I was making the point that, the people who say that, it's like, have you had the flu lately? That sucks, too. It sucks pretty bad. Even if even if it was just that bad, that would be enough. I did have COVID. To say that I'm all better now, I don't know. We'll see. Still having a little trouble with the old cough, the old lungs, What type of things do I do that require strong lungs? Nothing really. I should be fine. Just so that we have something to look at. I am going to have Cookie Clicker going in the background. If it will just appear. There we go. Just so that there's something we can look at, you know? Because I find these streams are better when there's just something visually to occupy us. Took me 6 weeks to get better. I'm vaxxed and boosted. I'm triple vaxxed. I don't got the I don't got the quadruple vax. I don't got a bad enough immune system, thankfully, to get it. This is my Steam cookie clip. If you're wondering why I have so few cookies and such a meager CPS, it's because this is my Steam save file, not my browser save file, which is much bigger. What can we get? What can we get? What can we get? Nothing. Nothing good. Come on, baby. Yes. All right. That's some upgrades. We did that. Have I tried TMNT Shredder's Revenge, the love letters to 80s Turtles? Yes, I have. I have played the game to completion. I have unlocked Casey Jones. I was very disappointed that Casey Jones has the voice of the guy from the movie, or a guy imitating the guy from the movie, rather than the Clint Eastwood voice he had in the cartoon, which I think is funnier. How do I usually deal with headaches? Depends on the headache. Usually I just ignore them. Favorite color and animal. Also, happy birthday and not dying from Ireland. If the name's confusing, Cooter Nihilo. Keter Nihilo. Keter Nihilo. Should I click the red cookie first of all? What do you think? What do you think? Good news? Bad news? Blood clot? Blood clot? No clotsies. No clotsies. Ah! Technically you gave me what I wanted. The red cookies are usually bad, sometimes very, very good. My favorite color is green. My favorite animal is the humble crow. And I don't know what you mean by and happy not dying from Ireland. I didn't almost die from Ireland. Ireland would never hurt me. Ireland is my ally. Always click the red cookies? I seldom click the red cookie. Oh, you know what? We should just pop these Wrinklies. They've probably been gathering cookies. I haven't turned this game on for weeks. There's probably... Yeah. No, well, no, that's not a... Compared to my total, that's... Although I did just buy a bunch of shit, so maybe actually. All right. Ah, beans. Just got here and I assume no one has had the manners to ask you what happened. Got that COVID, dog. Have I played Death's Door yet? I mean, it's kind of in my last week, if you know what I mean. No, I haven't played it. Speaking of dying from Ireland, now I need a whiskey. I don't think it's strictly speaking the Ireland that would kill you in that situation. They only gather when your game is open, Slime? What? What kind of horseshit is that? The browser version does it when you're not playing. Or I think you have to unlock that though. Isn't the immune response the cause of the symptoms? True of any illness. It does those things to help you to kill the invading virus. And it succeeded. What are my thoughts on the Resident Evil movie? Which Resident Evil movie? The new one? Welcome to Raccoon City? Or the original with Mila Jovovich dancing through lasers? I have not seen the new one. I'm going to click the red cookie. I don't give a shit. Oh, yeah, baby. I haven't seen the new one. It looked good. I didn't end up seeing it. I don't know. The old one, not great in my opinion. I can be pretty forgiving of Paul W.S. Anderson. Which one? It's Paul W.S. Anderson that does the video game movies, right? There's Paul Anderson and then Paul W.S. Anderson. Pretty sure Paul W.S. Anderson is the one who does the Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil movies. I can be pretty forgiving of his efforts, but that one in particular, not my cup of tea. This is my cup of tea. You should try a vaccine sometime. I dang took 4 goddamn vaccines. Well, 3, actually. I get all the vaccines, baby. Pump them in me. How dare you? What kind of tea? It is a blueberry green tea that I am drinking strictly to get rid of it. I would just like a plain green tea, you know? Green tea that tastes like tea. You had to stop yourself from saying which one is the good director and which one's the bad one, didn't you? No. Because I don't particularly care for either, to be honest. Mildred, it's Conmo, star of my vodka, miss the streams, boo. I don't know what that means, Diet Hawk, but thank you for the subscription. And Mr. Robotron 2K, thank you as well. And Aruki-chan. And Cumberland Bandersnatch and Frontline Caster. Obviously. Hey, congrats, being able to breathe. I hear that's generally important. It's soup. Oh my God, yeah. Have you, folks? If you're not breathing right now, take a couple. Take a couple quick ones just to get the lungs going. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. Just get in there, suck up some of that good sky juice into the old lungs. Get it in there. Wim Hof has entered the chat. Hey, I didn't say that you had to get into an ice bath and specifically make your testicles very cold. Should I appease the grandmothers, do you think? Would that be better stream-wise? Because then we could get some... Yeah, I will. I'm actually not even going to listen. They will be appeased right now. Just because that way we can get some golden cookie pogs is my thinking on that. I would like to occasionally get pogged out from the golden cookies. I think everybody would enjoy that. I just think it would be nice to do. Thanks for eyeballing me a few months ago, and congrats on breathing. I don't know what you mean by eyeballing you, but you're welcome, and thank you. Duke AJ, thank you for the subscription. Did I buy the dragon egg this ascension? I don't think I have unlocked it yet. TBH. Have you seen Zobi's recent experiment to fix the problem with React streaming? Do I have any thoughts? I did watch it. I forget what her solution was. Because I was like, this is a problem I too am invested in. But then I just forgot what it was she suggested. Shout out for the CPI Cringe Corner. I've watched it a half dozen times now, and it's just such a delightful exchange between you and Sophie, and it's fun to dunk on some dorks. Thank you, Michael Malloy. That was the most difficult to edit thing I have ever done. That took fucking forever. It was 6 hours of footage, and by the end, I was just losing my mind because we specifically, like, we did like the clap thing at the beginning and end of every recording to sync up our audio, and it just like gradually got desynced over time. And so no matter what I did, I would have to end up like going in and readjusting every time Sophie or I spoke to like get it to match. And even then it just like barely. And it was just a lot. And then for some reason with the cringe corner, I feel like, I don't know what it is, but there's like, I feel like I have to go above and beyond with the editing. So I made all those like Photoshops with all of the CPI members as GI Joes that I've had on for like a second each. But I spent so long working on those. Am I spending my sugar lumps? Nah, fuck them. I'm keeping them. They're mine. They belong. I earned them. You're just jealous of my lovely lady lumps. Check them out. Thoughts on Miss Marvel? I got about halfway through one episode, and I was like, hey, I see what you're doing. I respect it. Not for me. This is for a younger audience than I. And I said, have fun, you everybody. Have fun. I'm glad there's a thing you can have. It's not for me. Don't think I'm gonna watch that. Yo, I got Vyvanse today. I heard you had a lot of success with it, and that in large part inspired me to seek it out myself. Dot Slime. Cool. I hope then it works. Otherwise, it's my fault. Nothing I say should be interpreted as medical advice. Please keep that in mind. Why are all the spermies attacking the cookie? Those are wrinklers. It's because I failed to appease the grand matriarch. The queen of all grandmothers. You know, I have the same problem with my video and audio. It's not a lot. After an hour, it will maybe be one whole second off, but it's still annoying. Like 1 second off would be enormous. One second delay would be unwatchable. Actually started playing Cookie Clicker thanks to your video about it. I think a lot of people did. Your Pasta Papa. Pal, I appreciate you and your videos very much. You've refined my perspective on a lot of things, and I respect you and the way that you think very much. Thank you, Pasta Papa. Are you related to Pizza Papa? I must know. You have the same last name and are both Italian dish papas. Thoughts on Fallout New Vegas? It's a very good video game, one of the best of all time. Golden Cookie Pog. Golden Cookie Pog in chat, please. Cookie Clicker is great, and the creator Orteal is a genuinely really decent dude. Yeah, he said that he watched and liked my video about the game, which was pretty cool. He said he was nervous to do it because he liked my videos, and he's like, I hope he doesn't make fun of me. But I have nothing bad to say about Cookie Clicker. It is perfect as the thing that it is. I wasn't able to catch your Disco Elysium streams. What did you think of it? It made me wish it was a book that I could read instead of a video game. Because all of the video game elements, I was like, I don't want this. I don't. This isn't where this shines, in my opinion. That explains his increasingly left-wing stance on loads of topics if he's a fan of your content. I would imagine that chain of causality goes in the other direction. I think Cookie Clicker has a lot of anti-capitalist themes that were there long before I ever made videos. Congrats on breathing again. Thank you. But you didn't say congrats on speaking again because I said congrats. Obviously, I'm not back to 100%. I need a Zenzu bean. Welcome back from undeath, Mildew. Now, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. To be undead is to return from the dead. Therefore, to return from undeath would be to die. Genuinely think you would feel different about the gameplay elements if you gave it a little more time, but it's all good. I see. You're talking about Disco Elysium. I thought you were talking about Cookie Clicker, and I was like, you have no idea how much time I've spent playing this game. But maybe. I gave it, 6 or 7 hours. It also doesn't help that, because people were always asking me, play this game. So I thought it would be like really popular on stream. It wasn't. And every decision I made, half the chat was like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And it's like, well, okay. Hey, did this happen? Did this happen? Just got here. Is he doing this? Is he doing this? It's like, okay. It's one of those games. Did I attend TCAF this year? I had COVID. I can't go to conventions ever again. I must live in a cave. Make videos from a box of scraps. Am I friends with Kadak? I am, indeed. Otherwise, why would I be his only $10 patron? Not trying to brag. Disco Elysium is one of those games that it's just better to play than watch people play. It's the opposite of Dark Souls. People didn't tend to enjoy watching me play any Souls-like games either, although I've only ever played Bloodborne on stream, and I was fucking terrible at it. I've gotten like halfway through Dark Souls, so I'm capable of playing the video game, but I get easily flustered when I am playing in front of a crowd because I get so embarrassed when I die over and over. And it's like, it's the type of game where if you let the fact that you're dying a lot get to you, it gets significantly harder. Like Dark Souls really is a mental game where the challenge of Dark Souls isn't so much that the game is difficult. The challenge is managing your own frustration. Are you aware of the UK government unbanning a pesticide that's harmful to bees? I was not. Why would they do that? Do they simply hate bees? I thought we were all pro-bee. I'm over here needing quality of life mods for Minecraft. I will never touch a Souls game. But, like, the reason they're called quality of life mods is because they make they make the game better. Like, I don't know if if you're playing with mods that make Minecraft easier, fair enough, I guess. But I think like it's kind of an apples to oranges comparison because you don't play them for the same reasons. Like, you can't really lose progress in Dark Souls the way that you can in Minecraft. Like, if you die in Minecraft, you lose all your items and they fall in lava. Like, you're fucked. You have to start basically from the beginning and get all your stuff back. But if you die in Dark Souls, it's just like, get back to the thing that killed you. You know, you could lose souls, but by like the middle of the game, that no longer matters. Why are you making a cookie clicker stream? It's just a stream, and there's cookie clicker happening so that there's something to look at. You got a problem? So I would like to play the music from the game, but the problem with that is anytime you click out of the window, the music goes away. Watch. Oh, music. Oh, there we go. Never mind. We did it. That could be super quiet for you. I would have no way of knowing. Let me open up the old mixing board. Nah, it's all right. Seems fine. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna turn it down a little low, actually. There we go. There we go. Doesn't that feel better? What do I think is the coolest Minecraft biome? Extreme Hills, baby.
Well, technically Extreme Hills is no longer a biome, it's a type of biome.
Shut up. Shut up, person I just invented in my head.
Technically, the biome system was overhauled in version 1.14, and now all the biomes are subdivided into...
Shut up. I don't need this from you. Guess what I'm eating? Burger King. Why is the milk yellow?
Right.
Why do I have piss milk? The milk changes color over time. I think this is honey milk. To celebrate the bees before the English killed them. No. You. Milk type. Milk type. Orange milk. Banana milk. That makes sense. I don't mind a little savanna biome either. I'll tell you that. I don't like acacia trees. I don't like the wood. I like the trees. Do bananas have tits? Gonna need you to never ask me that again. We're burning a heap of hives in Australia to try and stop the mite in its tracks. You got bee mites. What type of cookie do you think you could eat the most of before feeling blow? Probably there's these type of cookies that I make sometimes, which are just oats, banana, and semi-sweet chocolate chips mushed together and then baked. Probably those. I've been impressed by the mangrove swamp biome, TBH. Not after Mojang betrayed me and removed the fireflies. Despite me personally. Do I have a favorite type of onion? I like the humble Vidalia onion. Red onions can be good depending on the application. A lot of people will use a red onion when the situation doesn't call for it. It's a very acidic onion. I mean, all onions are acidic, but the red onions are particularly so. If you ever have something that just tastes too oniony and you eat it and then afterwards you just get the feel of onion in your mouth for like weeks, it's because you use too much red onion. Red onions are the best on burgers, though? I disagree. I disagree. Now, unless we're talking about like fried onions to put on a burger, because then I don't really have a sense of that. I don't think I've ever had that with a red onion. But a raw red onion ring on a burger? Nah, too much. I'm allergic to bananas. So use this to eat some for me, please. Absolutely, I will. I eat a banana. I eat one banana each day. It's my limit. I have it in my oatmeal, my nutritious oat slurry that I consume every morning. Slime can get COVID? It's more possible than you think. More likely than you think. 50 chance makers. Can I get more chance makers? No. Probably could get like 1 or 2, not 10. Yeah, pickled onions. This is a good use for a red onion. Yeah, absolutely. What about the shallot? The tiny king of the onions? I use them in fucking everything. Shallot's not an onion. I don't care what the magazines say. Imagine not wanting to taste onions all the time. Couldn't be me. It ain't like that. You're not getting the full onion taste. You're only getting the sulfuric, acrid bite. Real onion heads understand. Do I like energy drinks? I do not. I mean, unless you count coffee, which I like a great deal. Do I prefer winter or summer squash? I don't think I've ever had a winter squash. So I guess by default, a summer squash? Hey, Scott from NerdSync. Hello, welcome. It's as we say around here, no COVID, only context. I was playing Cookie Clicker before, now I have double Cookie Clicker. It will increase exponentially. Shallot is an onion and it makes everything oniony better. It's the onion, but with a beret and smoking Galois? I don't know what that is. No, shallots are not onions, they're shallots. Next question. Thoughts on garlic bread? Garlic bread tastes good. Garlic bread is a good way to enjoy bread and garlic together in your free time. If you try out garlic bread today with your loved ones, ask them if they would like to experience garlic bread with you. Come to my house. We will experience garlic bread. I will put the garlic on the bread. There's no need to eat them separately. We can save some time by eating the garlic and the bread at the same time. There's going to be butter on it too. Don't worry. That's how the garlic sticks to the bread. Now, you bet you're wondering, is it going to be cold? No, we're going to heat it up first and it gets all crispy. That's garlic bread, baby. Come to my house. Eat some garlic bread with me. How do I take my coffee? A little bit of soy milk. Natch. Natch. Obviously I'm gonna get soy in there, you know me. Garlic bread is an ace thing, isn't it? I thought cake was their thing. A garlic bread would make sense, I think. Actually no. Garlic bread, you'd have to be completely aromantic. Because you'd not want people to... You would keep potential suitors away with your stink breath. You know, people say that. That's the start. People say garlic gives you the stink mouth. That has never been my experience. Never have I been around someone who ate garlic, smelled them, and said, "Ugh, ugh, they ate a bunch of garlic, gross." And like, we put fucking garlic in everything, baby. Am I wrong here? Have I tried oat or hemp milk in the coffee? Yeah. They don't decrease my testosterone like I crave to make me into a more beta male. Only if your suitors are vampires? I would think that a lot of the things that I do repel vampires. First of all, simply don't invite them in your home. Coffee gives you worse stink mouth? Yeah, it's worth it though. Congratulations, you're not a vampire? Yet. No one is born a vampire. You have to earn it. Garlic should be in all foods? Really? 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 It should be in ice cream? I didn't think so. Didn't think so. Garlic and ice cream. I can't believe you said that. I can't believe that you said that we should have garlic and ice cream. Wasn't Blade born a vampire? Blade is not a vampire. Blade is a daywalker. He has all of their strengths and none of their weaknesses, save of course the thirst. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. He was a vampire in What We Do in the Shadows. No, he wasn't. Wesley Snipes was. Blade is a character that Wesley Snipes plays. It wouldn't be garlic ice cream, it would be garlic gelato. Come on now. Oh, then that's good, actually. That would be fine. Also, in What We Do in the Shadows, Wesley Snipes plays a daywalker. Yes, but in What We Do in the Shadows, daywalkers are considered vampires, whereas I would argue in the Bladeverse, in the greater Bladeverse, they are not. I guess the question is, when does someone become a vampire? Is it merely the act of drinking blood that makes one a vampire? No, says the man in Washington. Why can't I click on the thing to ban this GD spam bot? Get your shit together, YouTube. Come on. Come on. There we go. Get out of here. Oh no, Ron already got him. Ron already got him. Get that trash out of here. The bot, not Ron. Ron can stay for now. Never getting back in my Discord channel, though, I'll tell you that much. Never. I am going to now ingest a lozenge. Well. The more I think about it, the more I realize one of the few advancements made by capitalism is the concept of a mockbuster. If you think about it, capitalism itself is kind of a mockbuster of a functioning economy. If you were a vampire... Oh, wait, hold on. This was an important question, I can't lose it. Would I eat rats? Like Vampire Lestat? No, I'd probably eat like... Supreme Court justices, or, you know, premieres, something like that. Done. Vampirism is the only ethical consumption under capitalism, if you think about it. I would argue that the overwhelming majority of vampirism is in fact quite unethical. So people with no value to society. I would consider being vampire food valuable. I've come to terms with my permanent turbo banning from your Discord server. I'm still going to make that video about Grumbletum, though, and you can't stop me. Well, you'll be hearing from my lawyers. Grumbletum is copyright patent pending. Thought Slime Industries. Is Bobby my lawyer? Yeah. Which is probably a poor choice because he sues me more than anyone. I would invite him on stream, but for some reason, ever since I've had COVID, he hasn't been able to talk. I don't know what it is. Do I have a preferred cold medicine for when I get sick? Not really. I don't believe that medicine does much good against the common cold. But there are, like, you know, there's breathe in steam, loosens up the mucus in your nasal passages. I like a lozenge. As I said, these Sepicals with benzocaine numb your throat. You can swallow a whole glizzy if you wanted to. No problem. A boop. A. Oh, do I have the wizard tower? I do. To me, golden cookie. Rats. Do you eat honey as a vegan? If not, then lemon and maple syrup and hot water is so good for colds. I don't really go out of my way to avoid honey, but I don't eat it because I just don't really like it that much. It has prevented me from really having to think about my stance on that issue. Yeah. Also, if something is for my health, I will usually let it slide if it's not 100% vegan. If you make another Scaredy Cats video before recovering entirely, I'd advise waiting, but I'm not a doctor. I hope Bobby Duke shows up and uses cards like the monkey from Pirates Band of Misfits. What? Hey, what? What on earth is a glizzy? It's a hot dog. I don't know why. They used it in surgery in medieval times. I'm assuming you mean hot dogs? Pretty ineffective, I think. Should have tried it with a knife. Honey with lemon infused in it is good. I don't care for honey. I remember my brother-in-law brought back this really fancy honey, or was it my sister-in-law? But anyway, I was like, "Oh no, none for me, please." I would, it would be wasted on me because I don't have the palate to appreciate it. And they're like, "Nah, come on, it's really good. When you try it, you'll understand." So I tried it, and I'm like, "Okay, I don't like it." And then everybody was mad at me. This is really good honey. How can you not like it? I don't know. I'm stupid, I guess. What do you want from me? I warned you this would happen. I mean, you're a commie, so of course you're not going to like things everyone else likes. Surely that would be anti-communist. Surely the decision of what things are to be liked and which things are not should be left open to group consensus, and I should conform to that. Would not that be the communist stereotype, that I am incapable of individual thought and must acquiesce to the will of the hive mind? Central planning determines all good things. Exactly. The food commissar tells me which things taste good and which things don't. And if I eat something that is supposed to taste good and I don't like it, I'm sent to a re-education camp. Who would you rather have as a roommate, the quartering or Warmbo from Cody Chody? Easiest question of my life. Obviously, the quartering, who I'm in love with and obsessed with, and I just to get close to him. Absolutely. I have a question of most importance. Green, purple, or blue toenail polish? Purple. Purple is the answer. Communist is a word for a person I don't like? Oh, wow. Okay, well, it sounds like you suck pretty bad, so... I don't know, work on that. I haven't heard that Chud mentioned in a long time. He's still at it? He'll never stop. Where would the world be? Where would the world be if someone like the quartering was capable of shutting up? Was capable of going, oh, wait a minute. I don't like the effect I'm having on the world. Who was winning the cookie clicker? The cookies. Maybe the world doesn't need to hear what I think about the hotness of women in children's cartoons? No, now it's all about... That's the old meta. The new meta is how some cartoon had a woman stronger than a man, or implied that queer people exist somewhere in the background of their universe, and therefore groomed children. That's the new meta for right-wing complaint lords. I saw a video the other day where the robot from Big Hero 6 was looking for a tampon, which, first of all, why are we teaching children about sexual ideas such as menstruation? And there was a man wearing a transgender shirt saying that he needed tampons. What? And I ask you this, Why are you trying to convince our children to engage in sexual activities such as menstruation? Are you aware at all that is the curse visited upon women because of the sin of Eve? And now you want children to do it? That's the new meta. That's what they're like. I gotta know what a transgender shirt is. It's in the video. It's a guy wearing a. So this is a real thing they're actually mad about. There's a video where the robot from Big Hero 6, he goes, he needs to. I don't know why. I haven't seen it, but he needs to buy tampons, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He's a robot, male-coded robot, no less. And he's like, what, teach me about tampons. And then a bunch of women show up and they're like, tampons, I'll tell you about tampons. You need these ones. And one of the people in the crowd is a trans man wearing a trans flag on his shirt. And he's like, everybody, lots of people can use tampons, lots of different kinds of people. And they're mad about that. Because why? Because just the existence of a trans person in a cartoon to them is brainwashing. And if you really think about like I know I'm preaching to the choir a little bit here, but the idea that you can't put a trans man in a children's cartoon or acknowledge a trans person existing in a children's cartoon because that is grooming or brainwashing suggests that children need to be kind of quarantined away from queer people until they reach the age of consent, implying then that there should be some sort of parallel society of queer people where they are like sectioned off into a ghetto somewhere where no children can exist. It is the logical outcome of that mentality. That's absolutely the quiet part. No longer quiet. If you think they're being quiet about that, they have moved past it. Innuendo Studios, what happens when an analogy dies? I, for one, won't be teaching my daughter about tampons until she is 25. I will teach my son about tampons from the day he is raised, from the day he is born. My daughter, she's on her own. I want to raise a feminist boy, but I don't want to have an uncomfortable conversation with a girl. I sound just like your parents? Really? Because what I said was deliberately absurd. Did I design my own thought slime font? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right not to answer the question. Even though I don't actually have a Fifth Amendment right because it's, in the American Constitution, but still. Euphemism, not analogy? All right. Congrats. You got me. You must have been really confused before you clarified that. How much slime are you composed of? Around 80%. Which slime variant am I? What are my options? As an American, I will let you borrow my Fifth Amendment. See, this is just okay. Don't. You gotta hold on to that. Don't just handing that out. You gotta keep it. All right. It's really important that you have that. Does my channel subtitle mean that you're just getting over COVID? My channel subtitle. The video is titled that I just got over COVID. Yes. Americans should not be giving away their rights. That's the job of the Supreme Court. You'll be taking away their income if you take away your own rights. They'll have nothing to do. Gotta click, gotta click, gotta click, gotta click, gotta click, gotta click, gotta click. Channel subtitle equals a stream to celebrate the fact that I can breathe now. But it isn't my channel. What do you mean by channel subtitle? It's the title of the stream. Baymax was buying pads for a kid that just got their first period. He asked someone which one to buy, and lots of different people chimed in. There was a dad there too. It was cute. You would just want to know. This is the thing. This is the struggle I would have. Is if I was like, what's the best one? I don't want to buy a subpar tampon. Just point me to the best one. There's your slime, there's your metal slime, which gives very increased XP. There's your king slime, there's your multi-slime, various elemental slimes, king metal slime, and others. I wouldn't say that I'm any of those. I might be an as-yet undefined type of slime. I would think poison slime would be... Like, if it was going by Pokemon rules, poison would be my type, I would think. Poison Fairy. I think that would be my Pokemon type. I don't know about my slime type. You're completely ignoring the other episodes where Baymax speaks to a gay person. I am ignoring everything about it because I haven't seen it. I don't know anything. I've never seen Big Hero 6. All I know is that people are very mad on Twitter because they get mad at everything. I mean, for a young girl, the quasi-standard option are pads. Not everyone is comfortable with tampons. Surely. But if someone asked me to purchase a tampon, I wouldn't make the game day decision that, you know, probably what they'd prefer is a different type of hygiene product. Sorry, the guy at the store said moon cups were the way to go. So I got you a moon cup instead. I would trust whoever asked me to retrieve menstrual health product to know which they preferred. Will I be doing anything tomorrow during the holiday? Fuck that. Fuck Canada Day. Fuck Canada. I don't see how anyone could celebrate that at this point. No. Is my answer. It is a settler colonialist state. Canada Day is a celebration of genocide. An ongoing genocide. I was talking more generally, first period where no child has a preference because, new experience. See, then, okay, so we're talking, someone comes to me, they're like, yo, what's up? Menstruating, got nothing, give me a hand here. Tampon would not be my first choice. I can tell you that much. Tampon, I wouldn't assume, probably a tampon would be, that I would assume that takes some time to work up to. Because if it were me, it would be like a pad or a moon. I don't think I would even want a pad because I would think like, what if I miss? What if I miss the pad? I don't know how. You can tell how little a little experience I have with the subject. I would think if it were me, I would go with a cup. Sorry if this is also upsetting to anyone. I tend to be like off the cuff about subjects like these, and I know that it might bring up a lot of strong feelings in people. But I also don't want to like shy away from the subject because I think that there is a taboo around discussing it that is frankly ridiculous. And in the middle of that discussion, I did get a click frenzy during a cookie frenzy, so, gotta get them cooks. You gotta get them clicks in while you can, baby. You need to level up your menstruating skill to use tampons, duh. Yeah, well, at that point, you'd probably want to respec your character entirely. Let's go. Do you mean menstruation or genocide? I was referring to menstruation. I will never apologize for making it clear my feelings that Canada Day is a celebration of genocide. I don't think that anyone who is in a position to have strong feelings about that would disagree. I have had many partners over the years ask me to pick up menstrual products for them, and they always ask you like they're asking for a kidney. It's like, if you don't mind, it's like, okay, let's just say that I do mind. What happens? Think of the consequences if I say no, right? What happens to you? It's no, you should be pretty, it's a very reasonable thing to ask for. But like, there's this idea that men, and I understand where it comes from, that men are like, the minute they hear about menstruation, they're gonna like freak out, and a lot of them will, and they need to grow the fuck up. They just need to stop. They need to. It's just it's just a like half of the population is going to go through that for a significant portion of their life, and if it's just a thing that we have to like just pretend isn't happening because some people get too like weirded out by it, it's just untenable. It's ridiculous. And like, never have I gone to a store and bought a menstrual product and had someone like comment to me about it.
What's that for?
It's for my wife. She's menstruating.
Look at this guy.
I use the will he use menstruation products as a litmus test, spouse passed. See, like the fact that like that is like I obviously that isn't the only reason that you would date this person, but the fact that like a significant portion of men fail that litmus test is I think troubling. Hey Mildo, been having a rough time inside my head on top of everything going on here in America. Rewatching Scaredy Cats has helped a lot. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Pinball Witch or Pitball Witch? Let me scan up. Pinball Witch. I'm glad it helps. You know? Sometimes you have to escape the horrors of the world with some imaginary horrors. The bar is really low. Oh, I know. This is a... Whenever I talk to single women about their experience in the dating world, it's like no wonder. It's like, yeah, no, the shit they have to put up with is unbelievable. Like, my sister-in-law was showing me like guys on Tinder, and I was like, oh yeah, no, not him. And she's just like, no, I gotta like look through their profiles and stuff. And I'd be like, look at all these red flags. And she's like, yeah, that's what every dude is like on this app. They're all like that. That's called dating cis straight dudes. But like, I guess, yeah, I guess you can't help it, huh? It's just, it's like, man, like, it's just, it's fucked out there. In fairness, Tinder may not be a representative sample of people prepared to take a relationship seriously. I wasn't judging it on that basis. I was judging it on the basis of, does this person seem like a goober or not? I think saying all men or cis men are like that gives them an out or an excuse. Sure, I think though that, while I agree with what you're saying in theory, I think that a lot of the time when women and other femme people, and not that all women have to be femme or whatever, but when they express something like, oh, men do this or men do that, and it isn't so much saying that all men do it, but like venting a frustration that they have experienced. And so I think it's like, you know, it may not apply to all men in the world, but like it's their experience of dealing with men. And I think also there is this, I would say where I think that criticism applies more so is when people say that like men are just like that, like that's just how they're going to be. But like the solution to the problem is just expecting men to behave better, right? Is to enforce, and it has to be men that start doing it. It can't be women that start doing it, but to enforce a social environment where it is no longer acceptable for men to behave as badly as they do. Like even stuff on like, it isn't even, I'm not even going so far as to talk about like the fact that men murder a lot of women or sexual assault or things like that, because obviously, you know, we instinctively understand those things are wrong, but like the constituent parts that add up to that, I think are where we fall down a lot. Like the fact that dudes will just not do the dishes or like not clean their sheets, you know? because there's like a different set of expectations. It is expected that they'll be like a little dirtier or a little less thoughtful than their female peers. And I think that is a very damaging attitude. That is an attitude that I think, quite honestly, makes life worse for everyone, men included. Because you're not allowing them the capacity to develop into a more pleasant person. You know, you're just accepting them at where they are. That's my 2 cents. I don't know. I don't really have like the right to speak on it, I guess, but that's how I feel about it. Am I talking about weaponized incompetence? Yes, among other things, I suppose. But it is, weaponized incompetence is something I've been thinking about a great deal lately. The way that, like, dudes will just say, I don't know how to do something, and then that's just accepted. And it's like, fucking Google it. Google it. Go on Google and look it up. Learn to do it. You know? Nobody is born knowing how to do things. You just have to learn to do things. Seriously though, clean your sheets? Yeah, everybody should try and keep their sheets clean. If they can. There was this video going around, and it was of like a bunch of dudes at the Daily Wire. So it was like Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro and other dorks. And they were talking about like, what chores do they do at home? And they would ask them, and then they would ask their wives. And like the joke is meant to be that like they will say they can do something, and then their wives will be like, no, they don't. And that should be so fucking embarrassing for you. Like, you should, like, you know, like, if in fact that, like, you don't even know that you don't know how to fucking vacuum, like, you should be embarrassed about that. That's, like, that's not cute. It's fucking childish. You have laundry money, Mildo, in this economy? I have a washing machine, baby. And they asked them like what they could cook, and one of them was like, well, I can boil stuff, but that's about it. It's like, oh my God. Like, how do you get through life? What do you do? Like, just to not incidentally pick up some of these skills, you know? Does this signal the beginning of your transformation into Jordan Peterson? Wash your sheets, bucko? No, Jordan Peterson's philosophy is that one should keep one's own house in order before looking outwards and trying to make changes to the greater system. And I think that is kind of the wrong way around in many ways, because although you have to keep your life in order even within an unjust system, you should still make an effort to change the greater conditions that caused your life to be bad in the first place. Jordan Peterson isn't wrong when he tells people to clean their room. He's wrong. The reasons that he tells people to do that are wrong. But it's still good. It's better to have a clean room than a dirty room. All things being equal. Just like learning that there is a significant portion of men who will tell you that they do not wash their butts because they think that's gay. I think that that toxic masculinity was not meant to be literal. It wasn't meant to that like men are literally become a toxic substance that is a hazard to your physical health to be around. Just it is buck wild. And by the way, I don't say this aside from the butt washing, which I do say to shame people. The rest of it, I don't say this to shame anyone. There are plenty of reasons, like, you know, getting depressed. I don't attach a moral basis to cleaning one's room or to keeping yourself tidy. It's that expecting someone else to do it for you, I think, is the issue. Not so much like if you're a depressed person and you can't bring yourself to you know, do the dishes every night, that's one thing. But expecting someone to just do it for you and not ever questioning what that means is an entitled mentality. Folk don't wash their rear. R/relationships, baby. It is frighteningly common that women will just be like, yo, how do I get my boyfriend to like clean his butt? Yep. As someone who's been depressed for a long ass time, despite what social media tells you, sometimes you do in fact have to do the dishes despite it making you sad. Yeah, you might have to. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to. Exploiting the grandmother class for cookies. I'm exploiting them. They're holding 5% of my CPS hostage because of their temper tantrum, trying to delay progress. Maybe some sample bias with Reddit. Sure. Like, yeah. But still, how many is enough? And also, it's not the guy posting on Reddit, it's his girlfriend. To be fair, sometimes people just aren't taught that's a thing you need to do. I didn't know cleaning my butt was a needed thing until my first relationship. Okay. But, like, once you were told, did you, like, refuse? Because that's, you know, like... Because if I'm putting myself in this situation, if someone told me, like, hey, man, you gotta wash your ass. I'd be like, oh, my God. How did I not know this? Rather than, nah. Why? Sometimes you see it cooking, you don't want to click it. Never happened to me. One more for the road. Good night, slime folks. Good night, Terra Fix-It. Good night. Did your parents / other people who raised you never tell you how to wash? I think they don't, right? I think there's some expectation that, like, washing too much is for sissies, is like a thing that men are taught from a very young age. That caring too much about being clean is, like, effeminate, you know? Not learning is one thing, but men learning that they should embrace the opposite, which is fucked. Well, like, think about, like, when the nursery rhyme that's like, girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice, and boys are made of snakes and snails and puppy dog tails, you know? Because the expectation is that boys are, like, mischievous and dirty and gross, whereas girls are, like, you know, sweet and clean and unintrusive, you know? Like, it really is everywhere if you look for it. Give me the clickies, give me the clickies, give me the clickies. What do I think we can do as leftos to make sure everyone has access to bidets? I mean, a bidet requires running water, so I think maybe we should tackle that one first. I would settle for everyone having access to adequate sanitation and water. But yeah, you know, bidet. I would think that bidets will become the standard as time goes forward. It's unthinkable to me that we are producing new homes with toilets that don't have bidets. How is Crumbler doing? I have not yet unlocked Crumbler. Relax. What did I call my grandpa? Poppy. Called him Poppy. In state-run housing, all bathrooms will have bidets. Nah, we're probably gonna get rid of the dang state. Would be my preference. Americans have an irrational hatred for bidets. Americans are a backwards people. Their beliefs should be disregarded. Bidets are weird to me. Like, how is making my butt wet cleaning it? You have to wipe after still. Okay, let me ask you this. If you got poop anywhere else in your body, would you use something dry to clean it up? Would you just wipe it off with a paper towel until you could no longer see poop on the paper towel and you're good? Fucking the same argument that those two hillbillies used in Deadpool 2. It is a very common argument. Is this cookie clicker? What gave it away? I'm afraid of a wet butt. What do you do in the shower? Get that butt wet. Free yourself from the prison of your own fear. These days, the media will have you believe that you should be afraid of getting your butt wet. It can only make you stronger. Sand only dry shower? I hate sand. It's rough, it's coarse, it gets everywhere. Not a fan. Can bidets shoot warm water, or is it generally a cold water thing? Really depends on the type. You can get warm water ones, they tend to be more expensive and require more technical expertise to install. The ones you see people buy and convert like a regular toilet to are typically cold water ones. Scouring your sensitive bits clean with sand definitely doesn't sound like a fun time. Well, you know, that's your opinion. Once I get over my fear of soaking the seat of my boxers, I'll be fully on board. You would simply dry off the zone with the toilet paper afterwards. Americans won't get their butts wet, yet they elected Joe Biden. Good point. Good point. Good point. I'm probably imagining way more water coming out than actually the case. Well, you gotta think of it like a fire hose. It lifts you a couple inches off the ground. And you can't open your mouth while it's happening or the water will shoot out your mouth. That's actually... If you're still wiping with toilet paper after, then what's the point? 1, you use less toilet paper. 2, you get much cleaner. To me, this is like asking, well, if you still have to brush your teeth, why bother flossing? What about flushable wipes, less paper waste, and bonus skin irritation in broken apartment building septic system? Yeah, well, what if you don't live in an apartment building? What if your landlord won't come very quickly to fix your pipes? This is the Wim Hof method? Yes. If it gets cold enough, you can do the Wim Hof method with a bidet for sure. It's combining all of his interests. I think I've flossed once in my entire life. Not something to brag about. I'd say get in the habit. You'll be glad you did. His bidet would shoot out ice cubes? Yeah, he basically sits on Mr. Freeze's gun. That's how he uses a bidet. Any personal hygiene problems related to ADHD? Yeah, like all of them, man. Not gonna tell you all my gross secrets. You're just gonna have to guess. No dentist ever recommended me to floss. Feels like a very American-centric thing. Well, I'm not American, and I can tell you, every dentist I've ever been to in my life has encouraged flossing. I'm sorry, this idea that flossing is not productive, it is self-evidently not true. It is patently absurd, the idea that because do it, and then you'll see shit comes out of your teeth. If you just left it there, it would... I don't need a dentist to tell me whether or not it is necessary. It is very clearly something you need to do. As far as I know, there's no evidence flossing helps. Oh, I can give you plenty of evidence. Every night when I floss, shit comes out of my teeth. Absolutely wild. This is like people who put their jeans in the freezer. This is what I get out of this. Who puts their jeans in the freezer? For a long time, hipsters would buy expensive jeans, and then they would claim that washing the jeans makes the color run. Therefore, all you needed to do was, instead of ever washing them, to kill the bacteria, you simply left the jeans in the freezer, and that would kill all the bacteria. It, of course, doesn't, but that's what they would say. That's how you keep your jeans from stinking. It just makes the dirt cold. The idea that they believed, wrongly, that the coldness would kill the bacteria causing any stinks. It in fact doesn't. It merely makes them go dormant, and then it temporarily makes them stink less. And then they wake up, and they're like, all right, let's get to stinking. And they stink them up again. Wouldn't the jeans make your food stink? Presumably they were putting it in a bag or something. Not just raw dog in their stink jeans in the freezer. You can put your jeans in the oven to kill bacteria? No, you can put your jeans in the oven to bake a fine lasagna, but otherwise I would avoid it. See, the thing is, the heat required to kill the bacteria would be enough to ignite your jeans, I would think. And anything less than that is simply going to make the bacteria more plentiful. Bacteria like it when things are hot. Am I watching Hermitcraft Season 9? You know I am. You know it, baby. Sorry, can't go out tonight. Gotta thaw my jeans. Controversial opinion, I don't like lasagna. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion, but lasagna is quite good. Man, now I want lasagna. God damn it. Sorry, can't go out tonight. Gotta watch Grian try to break into Mumbo's vault. He hasn't even tried to break into Mumbo's vault. He's tried to break into several decoy vaults. The fool. Lasagna's god tier. Garfield alt found. Garfield alt spotted. There. Okay, made the joke. Now nobody has to. Quick, third favorite cookie type. Arrowroot. I think I am going to use the washroom. I will leave the cookies up for the moment. God, I want lasagna. You know? Did I leave to order Garfield Eats thing? No, it's alas no longer an option to me, as Garfield Eats is no longer in business. Rip to a real one. Never watched Hermitcraft before. Should I start from the first season, or are there particular defining ones I should stick to? I'd say just start at the current season. You'll be fine. You could really start at the latest episode. It's, you know, it's guys playing Minecraft. It's not too complicated. It's really more so like picking who you want to watch, more so than what season, I would say. Honestly, no, I've never been a real Italian food kind of person. Lasagna is not Italian. It's probably invented in China. I assume. Joke's on you on committing war crimes in several fictional countries such as Middle-earth, Wakanda, and Wyoming. Well, cut it out! Stop it! Who's your recommendation to watch? I'm a big Korean stan. I would recommend Green. Then I don't know if any of the people... What I tend to do is if they interact with someone else in an episode and that person seems entertaining, I will check out their videos too. Give me the clickies. Give me the clickies. Come on. Come on. No whammies. No whammies. Ooh, even better. If you could Garfield Eats any other newspaper cartoon character, which would you choose? I would go with Mallard Fillmore. And it would be selling really strong alcohol. Dilbert? No, Dilbert had the Dilburrito. It was a failure. I will give nothing to Dilbert. B-double-O builds some pretty amazing stuff, though. Really talented Minecrafter, for sure. B-double-O is a force of nature. That time he built an entire mountain just to have a backdrop for his castle. Scott Adams will hypnotize you into buying Dilburritos. That's true. I forgot he's a master of persuasion. It's true. I tried the Dilburrito. It was bland and tasteless. Well, that's kind of Dilbert's brand, you know? Ba-dum-dum. Tish. How long until they reboot Felix the Cat? They had a Felix the Cat in the 90s. The Twisted Tales of Felix the Cat, where they made it a Ren and Stimpy-like. I occasionally forget that Scott Adams is a weird sex hypnotist and get to be reminded all over again. Yeah, Scott Adams is an incredible crank. Scott Adams is Perfect. What is this game? This is Minecraft. Minecrafta. I like building brown bricks with my crap. Can you collectivize the cookie production in this game? There are cookie factories. Opinions on Grant Morrison? They're great. Love Grant Morrison. Who doesn't? All-Star Superman, one of my all-time favorite comics. Animal Man. The Invisibles. Stuff they've written in the last 10 years. The real question is how long until they reboot the Ralph Bakshi film that I can't mention because it has an offensive racial slur in the title. I know you're not referring to Spicy City, the HBO the HBO adult animated sci-fi softcore pornography that Ralph Bakshi made, but that's what needs to get rebooted. And by rebooted, I mean aired in its entirety every single day, exactly as it is. Come here. You can. Ron got him again, Ron. Who's the guy that written Metropolitan? That's not the name of the comic. But the one with Spider Jerusalem, that's not Grant Morrison. That's the shitty guy. Is the Warren Ellis? Warren Ellis, I think, is Warren Ellis or the other one, Garth Ennis. The other Warren Ellis. Is this the cookie clicker music? It is. Cool World? No, I'm not talking about Cool World. I'm talking about Spicy City. It is in many ways a spiritual successor to Cool World. Or predecessor. I don't know which came first. Transmetropolitan, that's the one. Have I seen the new Cronenberg film? I haven't seen it yet. I know about the breakfaster chairs, and I know that surgery is the new sex, but I haven't seen it yet. How is Garth Ennis like Warren Ellis? They're both self-serious, cynical shit writers, is how? They write it. They are interchangeable. You could say either of them wrote each other's comics, and no one would be able to tell the difference. Reading anything either of them is written is just an act of misery. What was that sick webcomic you did a video on a few years back? See that. Merely 2 comments above you had the answer. How ironic. Your video on Akewood is amazing. This Minecraft music is amazing. Have I heard of Comicsgate? Yeah, it's great. Great stuff. When I think of the stuff that's holding the comic book industry back, it's, you know what it is there's too many women in the minorities. I hate putting gate on the end of things so much. Yeah, at some point, we would have to reassess the Watergate scandal to make it Watergate Gate, right? What do you think of the new The Boys season? I think it's a lot better now. I haven't watched it, such is my hatred for Warren Ellis or Garth Ennis or whichever one of them wrote it. But I'm told that the show is much better than the comics. Watergate wasn't a scandal about water? Exactly. Why it should be. That's why it should be Watergate Gate. Have I watched Umbrella Academy at all? I watched the first season and I fucking hated it. And then I didn't watch any more. I'm glad that they let Elliot Page transition on the show. That's cool. But still, I'm not gonna watch it. If there's a scandal about water, what do we call it? We call that Watergate. If I had to get an Achewood panel tattooed, which one would you pick? Asking for a friend. I don't know if this counts, but I would get I'm the guy who sucks on my chest, and on the back it would say, plus I got depression. Mark Millar also sucks real bad. Mark Millar can at least be forced to write something good. At gunpoint. Is Umbrella Academy just sad X-Men, or is there anything else to it? I can't really speak for anything beyond the first season, but it's just like... this family's got a lot of problems, and they're going to talk about them extremely literally. The Ultimates is hot garbage, though? Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't think any comic has ever aged as poorly as The Ultimates. Just letting you know, my cat watches Scaredy Cats with me, which is extra fun because she really is a scaredy cat. Cheers, friend. Yeah, it's a channel for cats. I don't know why so many humans watch it. I made it for cats so that I could introduce horror movies to cats. All-Star Batman? Well, All-Star Batman was bad when it came out. Like, everybody agreed the minute that comic came out that it was bad. People didn't like it at the time. Opinion on Sandman? I assume you're asking me about the Neil Gaiman comic and not the Spider-Man villain. Or the pulp age superhero was a gun that puts people to sleep. It was real good. Not as good as Saga of the Swamp Thing, which I think is where it gets a lot of its ideas. The Ultimates is way more self-serious and had critical acclaim at the time. Yeah. And now when you read it, it's like, oh God, oh man, this is... oof. How does Frank Miller get work after Holy Terror? Because the comic book industry, like most industries, is extremely venal. And if someone has made something that sold well in the past, they get away with whatever they want. For those who don't know, Holy Terror was a comic that Frank Miller, who was a longtime Batman comic book maker, essentially. I mean, that's reductive. He did a lot of other things, but the thing people know him for was a very edgy Batman comic. He wanted to do a comic after 9/11 where Batman kills Osama bin Laden. And DC were like, no, you may not. That's ridiculous. And frankly, your pitch is like extremely racist. We're not going to pay for this. So he made it its own story outside of the greater Batman mythology, where it's a superhero dressed like a pig, because of course pigs are haram. So if the pig killed them, then they would not go to heaven, you see. And that was published and is available in bookstores today. Controversial opinion, Alan Moore is overrated. He's good, he's even very good, but a lot of his writing is just so obscure or so dense that it's impossible to approach. I would agree, except that I think in Alan Moore's densest works, he does do a great job of providing an appendix that explains a lot of the references and layers and things like that. So I would argue that he makes his works, which are extremely involved and very complex, as accessible as they could be. I'd love to see you play the Baby Oopsie game on stream sometime. I like that it's the Baby Oopsie game in your mind, even though it's a Puppet Master game. Baby Oopsie is not a Puppet Master character. She is a Demonic Toys character. Thanks for turning me on to Porkin' Across America. That shit was so good. Me and my friend were laughing real hard. Well, have I got news for you. You need to immediately check out Sex House, which is even funnier. I think Sex House is one of the best works of satire of the 21st century. I had the same problem with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen that I did with Ulysses and Finnegan's Wake, although not so much. James Joyce is fucking unreadable, fight me. I mean, Ulysses is a famously difficult text to read. I don't know if League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is quite that difficult. Ulysses is like, you know, it is known as like the, you know, the end boss of English literature. But like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I feel like has a lot of like codexes and like the thing. I think a lot of the problem people have with Alan Moore comics is he will insert prose into his comics at the end that people think they don't have to read to understand the story. They think it's just like the same notes that, you know, because every collection of comics has these where it's just like the artist or the writer talking about, you know, their process or whatever, and so people skip them. But with his comics, they're usually diegetic, and they are part of the story. And I would say with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, more so than most. Like Watchmen had it too. I think Alan Moore's densest work, or at least the densest one that I've ever read, is From Hell, and that like you basically have to be flipping to the back of the book and reading the footnotes as you go. But I can also see why that wouldn't appeal to everyone. LXG was not for me, but Watchmen and Saga are genius, even if so many people miss the point of Watchmen. I assume you mean Saga of the Swamp Thing, because Alan Moore didn't write the comic Saga. That was Brian K. Vaughan. I don't know who the artist is. Potentially more controversial opinion about Alan Moore. He's better when he has editors to rein him in. Give me Watchmen over From Hell. I think this is true for most creatives, though. I think it's literally true for all. I think almost everyone is better when they have someone to poo-poo their bad ideas. It took me a fucking year to read Ulysses. I couldn't even read Finnegan's Wake. I'm sick and tired of people talking about how great James Joyce is. Gonna die mad about it. Well, first of all, I don't know where you are that everybody's like, oh, James Joyce rules. And you're like, hey, I don't want to talk about James Joyce. And they're like, no, we have to talk about James Joyce right now. He rules. Secondly, I think if you really want to understand James Joyce and all of his complicated works, what you have to read are the letters he sent to his wife about how much he wants her to fart on him. Those will clue you in to like where his head was at. The HBO Watchmen show was infinitely superior to the film. It at least got the point. Yeah, I would agree. The show is has good qualities, and the movie does not. Shall we read some of James Joyce's love letters? Would that be a fun thing to do on stream? All right. In lieu... Okay. Today, I will give you the option. I am merciful. I will give you the option. Would you prefer James Joyce fart letters or Rob Elliott's Laugh Out Loud jokes for kids? And keep in mind, Rob Elliott's Laugh Out Loud jokes for kids, exclusively knock-knock jokes from here on out. Wow, it is fart letters by a blowout. Okay. Let's get the music to stop because we absolutely don't want anything to distract from Joyce's incredible prose. Ron, I hope you're still here. You're about to learn all about James Joyce and his whole thing. My sweet little whorish Nora. I did as you told me, you dirty little girl, and pulled myself off twice when I read your letter. I am delighted to see that you do not like being fucked. You do like, sorry, my mistake, you do like being fucked arseways. Yes, now I can remember that night when I fucked you for so long backwards. It was the dirtiest fucking thing I ever gave you, darling. My prick was stuck up in you for hours, fucking in and out under your upturned rump. I felt your fat, sweaty buttocks under my belly. I saw your flushed face and mad eyes. At every fuck I gave you, your shameless tongue came bursting out through your lips. And if I gave you a bigger, stronger fuck than usual, fat, dirty farts came sputtering out of your backside. How we all feeling? How we all feeling? It's gonna be like this. You had an arse full of farts that night, darling, and I fucked them out of you. Big fat fellows, long windy ones, quick little merry cracks, and a lot of tiny little naughty farties, ending in a long gush from your hole. It is wonderful to fuck a farting woman, when every fuck drives one out of her. I think I would know Nora's fart anywhere. I think I could pick hers out in a room full of farting women. Why are you in that room, James Joyce? Why are you in the room full of farting women, James Joyce? This is educational, by the way. This is educational. It is a rather girlish noise, not like the wet, windy fart which I imagine fat wives have. It is sudden and dry and dirty, like what a bold girl would let off in fun in a school dormitory at night. I hope Nora will let off no end of her farts in my face, so that I may know her their smell also. You say, when I get back you will suck me off, and want me to lick your cunt, you depraved blackguard. I hope you will surprise me sometime when I am asleep, dressed, steal me over with a whore's glow in your slumberous eyes, gently undo button after button in the fly of my trousers, and gently take out your lover's fat Mickey. Lap it up in your moist mouth and... okay, this isn't fart stuff. Let's skip to the farts. Good night, my little farting Nora, my dirty little fuckbird. There is one lovely word, darling, you have underlined to make me pull myself off better. Write me more about that and yourself. Sweetly, dirtier, dirtier, Jim. Okay. A lot of periods in the chat tonight. This is the classic literature I'm reading. I don't know, like, this is, you know? It's like, this is what people do in college. This is what we read. My sweet darling girl, at last you write to me. You must have given that naughty little cunt of yours a most ferocious frigging to write me such a disjointed letter. Wow. Damn, dude. You're James Joyce. Of course she's not writing letters as good as yours. As for me, darling, I am so played out that you would have to lick me for a good hour before I could get a horn stiff enough even to put into you, to say nothing of blocking you. Blocking you? I have done so much and so often that I am afraid to look to see how that thing I had is, after all I have done to myself. Darling, please don't fuck me too much when I go back. Fuck all you can out of me for the first night or so, but make me get myself cured. The fucking must be all done by you, darling, as I am so soft and small now that no girl in Europe except yourself would waste her time trying the job. This is, I don't think this is gonna work, dude. Fuck me, darling, in as many ways as your lust will suggest. Fuck me dressed in your full outdoor costume, with your hat and veil on, your face flushed with the cold and wind and rain, and your boots muddy. Bobby and I are worried about you? Why? For expanding my mind? Reading one of the greatest writers of all time? There doesn't seem to be anything about farts in this. Get ready, put some worn brown linoleum on the kitchen, and hang a pair of red common curtains on the windows at night. Very specific needs, Mr. Joyce. Get some kind of cheap, common, comfortable armchair for your lazy lover. Do this above all, darling, as I shall not quit the kitchen for a whole week after I arrive, reading, lolling, smoking, and watching you get ready the meals and talking to you. Oh, so how supremely happy I shall be. God in heaven, I shall be happy there. And then some shit in Italian or Spanish or something. I think we've read the worst of it. Should read William S. Burroughs' letters sometime, Mildred? Maybe I will. Okay, here's one. Fuck me if you can, squatting in the closet with your clothes up, grunting like a young sow doing her dung, and a big fat dirty snaking thing coming slowly out of your backside. Fuck me on the stairs, in the dark, like a nursery maid fucking her soldier, unbuttoning his trousers, gently and slipping her hand into his fly and fiddling with his shirt, and feeling it get wet, and then pulling it gently up, and fiddling with his two bursting balls, and at last pulling out boldly the Mickey. Why does he keep calling his dick a Mickey? She loves to handle, and frigging it for him softly. Can one frig softly? Frigging to me feels like a very hard process. I've banned over 150 people from your chat over this. I hope you're happy. I think they're happy. Dirty stories that other girls told her and dirty things she said, and at all times pissing her drawers with pleasure and letting out soft, warm, quiet little farts. Quiet little farts. So that's going to do it for tonight. I think we ended pretty strong there. I'm very disappointed that Zots isn't streaming right now. I would love to send you directly into Zots' chat. I don't know. I think I'm not going to raid anyone because of the energy I've created at the end of the stream. You know? I don't think it's fair to get everybody worked up with all this fart energy and send you out there into the world to be someone else's problem. So I'm just gonna end it, I think. I think this is all. Good night, all my sweet little fuckbirds and fat Mickeys out there. I hope that you all fart peacefully